Legends, what is going on? This is the Gym Boss Podcast, and I am Jimmy Halley, your host as always. And in this video, or on this podcast, we're actually going to be talking about how you can get a 400% or more lift in your advertising if you're currently running ads, or if you're not running ads, how you can actually avoid the pitfalls of what most people do when writing their ads, and how you can avoid that to be able to actually write ads that are like by far better than anybody else. And it's a simple framework that you can literally swipe for every ad that you build from here on out. And I've got some stuff up on the whiteboard, so if you're listening to the podcast, you're just going to have to bear with me, but that's fine because I'll always talk you through it anyways. And it has been a hot little minute since I've done one of these because I've been busy building stuff in the background. So I've got a lot of lessons, a lot of things that a lot of insights to share with you. So this is exciting. But before I go into the content, head on over to iwantgymleads.com. That's iwantgymleads.com. And that's if you're a gym owner and you wanted to be able to talk about how we can actually get you more leads, more clients, and grow your brand all at the same time, then that is for you, but only for serious gym owners, to iwantgymleads.com. Right, so let's move on to this. So over here, I've got a bit of content on there, and this is like a framework. I'm just going to literally just dive straight into it right now because I'm sure you've tried running some ads in the past and you just like either flopped or maybe didn't go as good as you want to, or maybe some other people have done ads for you and you're just like, how the hell, why is that not working so great? So we've got 4 major sections, but before we go into the 4 major sections, there's 4 questions you need to ask yourself, and you need to do this with a pen and paper on the laptop or whatever. And the 4 things are this. Number 1, what are your ideal clients' current results right now regarding the thing that you sell? So if you're in a gym, obviously their body, their health and fitness. So if you're speaking to dudes, how do they feel about their current, what is their current results? Not how they feel, but what is their current results? Then, what are they feeling now about their current results? What are they typically feeling about that? Okay, and write down just a couple of bullet points about what they're feeling, or and then obviously their results. Then the third part is here. What is a typical day for them? Ooh, there you go. You can see there. Maybe it's in reverse because I'm doing the selfie style here. But what is a typical day for them? And write out, what's a typical day? If they've got kids or maybe not, or if or maybe they're struggling and they're sitting on the couch and they've got all the biscuit crumbs on themselves and corn chips from all the Uber Eats that they've been getting delivered. They're just on Netflix marathons, and they're just on lockdown, not doing anything and do you know what I mean? So you start talking like that, and then find out what's their current status right now. What is their status among their friends, among their work colleagues, around their family? How do they feel about being in those sort of situations there, about how they are right now? And you've got 4 key sections there. So current results, what are they feeling now? Typical day now, and their status now. I've learned that stuff from the great Kim Barrett. So if he's listening, or if any of you guys know him, he's a fucking weapon Facebook marketer, or marketer in general. And I've done some mentoring with him earlier in the year. And that was one key thing that I got from him, which is improved my ads immensely. So that's not enough though. So now we've got the information, we've got the raw material. And you know what's even better to do that than sit there and think of it? Is speak to some of your ideal clients that your clients you got now. Who are your best ones? Or before they came to see you. What were they like? What was the stuff that they had? And that's what you want to do, right? You find it and you do your bit of market research. And it's going to pay dividends because it's the difference between, say, $20 a lead or $4 a lead, okay? So now if you see over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the ad framework. This is where we're transitioning into the ad framework. But before I even go into that, if so far you've said that and you go, Jimmy, that's great, but I just want you to do the ads for me, go to iwantgymleads.com. There's a short little form for you to complete, and you can go over there and we can talk about how we can actually get this up and running for you. But here's the framework here. So the first part, normally you've probably seen the ads for gyms. Normally you see hey, we're looking for 10 people or we're looking for 10 ladies. We're looking for 12 people. Boo. That's talking about you, the gym. And I used to run ads like that. When I say boo, that's because I used to do that. And they worked great back then. And they still kind of work now, but they're not as good because people become blind to it. People have seen it a million times. So what we do instead is the first part of the ad here is we literally just make it about the client. We make it about them and what they're feeling right now, which is why we did all that research over here. So you populate all that and you grab that stuff and you put it in over here. And make it sound good though. Don't just like copy or paste it over. Make sure it actually makes it makes proper sentences and sounds good. But brevity is key. Don't waffle in your ad copy. You want to be short, sharp, and to the point. And we want to talk about the first parts are like, what is their typical day? What's their problems they're facing and things like that. So then the next part is the transition, and a great one for right now in Australia and other countries across the world that we're doing this for is like, hey, this is a typical day for you right now, feeling like this, like you've packed on the kgs and blah, 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 blah. And the transition is like, hey, in Australia, or we could say in the States or in Texas or wherever you are, like, hey, in our local area, gyms are set to open up in in a few days, in a few weeks or whatever, or in this month coming up. And to celebrate, we're kicking off with our whatever the offer is. 21-day challenge, 28-day challenge, 6-week challenge, 12-week transformation, blah, 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 whatever it is, okay? What you need to have that little transition. Hey, gyms are opening up. You need to give a reason why you're doing the thing, because you got to give a purpose for why you're advertising. And that's only a short, 2 lines, 1 or 2 lines that you have in the transition. Third part is like, see, I've got all the ticks here. That's where you just give the benefits of like the stuff that they can experience, which is pretty much the opposite to what they're feeling right now. So if like, hey, you're feeling like lazy, sluggish, feeling out of shape, your pants are feeling a bit tight. Well, in this part here, you go here's the benefits of the program. Because you're going to meal plan so you feel full of energy. You're going to have training programs designed to be able to trim the waistline and get back into the clothes that you can't fit into anymore. See what I mean? So that way you're like doing almost like the complete opposite to what you said at the start. So people read it and go, that's my problem. Then you highlight it, this could actually help me with that. And then you give a call to action at the end, which is call to action is simply like, hey, if that sounds like you and you want to know more, click the learn more button to register your interests. You don't need to write like we've got 3 spots left, or you don't need to do any of that if you hit their problems right. And this is how you get better lift in your ads. This is how you get better quality people coming through, even on the front end of your ad, is by writing a good ad. That's the key to all good marketing. First and foremost is doing your research and then writing a good ad first that speaks directly to your ideal client about the problems that they're facing and how your thing could potentially help them. You don't need to tell them exactly how. You just need to tell them like the benefits they're going to get out of it. They're going to feel more energy and blah, 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 and whatever else, right? Then tell them how to get it. Hey, that's the call to action. Hey, just click the learn more button if you want to find out more before we kick this off next week. Cool. And that's it. So to recap, there's 2 major parts that we do here when we're writing and when we're getting a good lift in ads. And to give you an example of this, to wrap this up nicely in a little story for you, we did a A/B test. So we did a split test with some gyms here that will remain nameless because they're clients of mine. But in Sydney, we're running some advertising, and we had one ad copy where it was like almost like the old school style, where it was, hey, hurry, spots are running out, last chance, this is extreme demand, you got to do that, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. And then we ran it against copy like this. The ad copy, like the first old school way, was getting leads for $19 or $20. And then we ran simultaneously ads like this. The images were the same. It's just the writing in the ads were different. And we got leads for $4 for this one. $4 to $5. They're ranging between there. So that's like a 400% increase in performance in the ads by just writing a better ad and by doing the research. So it's super powerful when you can do that, because you think then you could spend 4 times as much to get 4 times, or you could spend the same amount and get 4 times the output than the guy next door or the gym down the road. And so who's going to win? Of course, person that can get the market share. So do your research, ask those 4 questions, then write your ad, bam, hey, press it. That is the formula there for you. And if you have watched this and you've got value from this and you're like, hey, that sounds great, but I want you to do it for me, or you want to find out more about how we can help you do this, go to iwantgymleads.com. Short little video there for a short little form, there for you, where you complete, and then we can jump on the phone. We can talk about how we can actually get you more leads and more clients and help you be the local market leader for your niche wherever you are. Anyways, this is Jimmy. I love you all. This is fun. I'll see you all in the next one.